The Talkin Wrasslin podcast, where potting is real.
We're recording.
Are we?
I started the podcast.
Did we really?
I just started it.
Why'd you start it when I got up?
Because why not?
Okay. Well, you're the host,
But yes,
so it's your choice.
My weed smells like hair dye.
Yes.
Anyway, hi, welcome to Talkin Wrasslin. This is Talkin Wrasslin. With Dylan and Lyssie. Say hi, Lyssie.
I'm Lyssie. Hello.
Hi, Lyssie. Anyway, we're not going to go into our weeks because this episode is already going to be very long. Because,
oh my god, are you serious?
Because we're going to be talking about WWE releases. We are also going to be talking about a little bit of Raw, a little bit of Dynamite, and we are doing a little bit something special today.
There's so much written down. Oh my god, I'm going to kill myself.
We are going back in time. We watched an episode of WCW Nitro from the year of our Lord 2000. The June 5th episode. So we'll be talking about that episode.
The episode that went on for 10 hours?
Yes. We'll be talking.
Shit pissed me the fuck off.
We'll be talking about that episode, and then a little bit different as well. We'll be talking about a match from the Great American Bash 2000. Sting and Vampiro in a Human Torch match. So we'll be talking about that. And then the wrestler of the week is a little bit different. We watched a video on this said wrestler. So we'll be talking about that said wrestler.
We did?
Yes. That guy.
Oh my god.
So that's our wrestler of the week.
Okay.
This week. But anyway, I guess we could just say, like, we've been good, I guess.
I'm so tired. I'm dead to the world right now.
We've been good, I guess.
It's like 11 o'clock at night. I just got home from work.
Damn straight. So let's talk about the yearly WWE releases. They did their yearly round of releasing people. I'm not gonna go through like everyone on this list because like there is some people that I don't really know. But like the big ones we'll go through, and that is Katana Chance and Caden Carter. You've probably seen them like on Raw or SmackDown. They were in the women's tag division.
I think they held the belts before.
I think so. They were like featured. Dakota Kai. Braun Strowman. Shayna Baszler. Gigi Dolan. Cora Jade. Eddie Thorpe. And Gallus. And then the other ones aren't really, like, I never really heard of them. But, like, I guess we get to start with, like, the little ones here. Like, Gallus, they were, I guess, getting, like, some traction in NXT. There was, I guess, like, if you're a diehard NXT, there was, like, some big following. But same thing with Eddie Thorpe.
Okay.
Eddie Thorpe just had, like, a really cool, hard line the other day on NXT. He was like, what else is new? A greedy white man taking it all. In a pro. It was the funniest shit. Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade, I guess. Let's start with them.
Well, here's the thing.
How you feel about them?
I've already said numerous times I don't like Cora Jade. I don't. I'm just not a fan from what I've seen of her. Also, in the same breath, though, I really don't watch a lot of NXT, so I don't really have, like, a whole hell of a lot to really say. But the things I will say is I do appreciate that they're out there about, like, to be airing out some dirty laundry. And you could even toss on this list, because technically she wasn't released. I don't know if we're going to talk about this later, but...
Oh, yeah, Shotzi. We can add her. I mean, she's not being released. It's just her contract isn't being renewed. And
she's also another one on Twitter, basically, like, stirring up some shit. Being like, alright guys, can't wait to wrestle for longer than 3 minutes, and this, that, and the other thing.
Stirring the pot, baby.
So I do like that. I think that they probably fucked with the wrong people to be coming out and saying shit. So I'm sure Dakota Kai is going to have a lot to say too. But with talking about Gigi and Cora, I honestly just think they're either going to go back to the indies. I can see them all going back to GCW. Or going to GCW, I should say. I think they've all been featured in GCW, at least Shotzi, Priscilla, and I don't know how to say Cora Jade's indie name.
Yeah, I don't know how to say
so
her
I'll just
name.
refer to her as Cora until someone tells me the pronunciation.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like, even though I wasn't a fan of Cora Jade, a lot of people fucking loved her. A lot of people love Gigi. So it's kind of shocking that they got rid of them. Because I feel like they were, like, as someone who doesn't watch NXT, I knew who they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't tell you 90% of the women's division on NXT, but I could tell you who the fuck Gigi Dolan and Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez are. And obviously Julia and Stephanie, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those were the ones I knew.
That's fair.
So I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, like, when it comes to Cora Jade and Gigi, I am kind of shocked, especially, like, because they were, like, doing stuff in TNA, even. So, I don't, like, it... The whole fucking working relationship shit is, like, confusing to me when it comes to releases of, like... So, if you're released from WWE, do you want to go to TNA?
Well, yeah, especially because they're saying shit, you know what I mean?
Like, I'm just really, like, confused when it comes to that. Because, like...
I wouldn't want to go if the shit that they're saying is accurate, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's not.
Yeah.
But, like, if Cora Jade is really like, yeah, no, I loved really getting body shamed by my coworkers and my bosses for, like, how I look and whatnot. Like, why would you want to go to a company that's in correlation with them?
Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan, they will thrive elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Shayna Baszler, man, she probably goes to, like, TNA. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see her in TNA.
I don't know where the fuck she goes.
She just keeps showing up at Bloodsport.
I really don't care for Shayna Baszler.
I like Shayna Baszler, but the thing is also they haven't done anything with Shayna Baszler, and when they released Sonya Deville, I saw Shayna Baszler coming right behind her, pretty much, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But because I also really like Sonya Deville. But yeah, no, I could see Shayna Baszler ending up just over in TNA, frankly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just shocking. But again, they really weren't doing anything with her. But I feel like Shayna Baszler, at least when I got back into wrestling, back in, like, what was it, 2019, 2020? She was doing so much. Like, I feel like I always saw Shayna Baszler. You know what I mean? I know that's, like, 5 years now. But still, like, I feel like she was a staple for a while. So I'm just surprised they didn't have anything for her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Shayna Baszler's always been, like, off and on.
Yeah.
Like, on the main roster of, like, what do you fucking do, you know?
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, he probably retires. His knees are shot, man. He was just there to, like, really help the big guys.
Yeah.
That's really about it. Maybe control your own narrative.
Control your narrative.
Yeah, you know.
Whatever, yeah.
No.
CYN.
The big one's Dakota Kai. Like, this is, like, the big one, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's, like, up in an uproar about this one. Mm-hmm. It's Dakota Kai. I'm just being honest. I don't get the hype. And like I said to you earlier, like, off camera, I think it's just because she's been injured 90% of the time. So I never really got a chance to, like, let it simmer in.
Yeah. No, I get that. But from what I understand, she's really fucking good. Like, people really fucking love Dakota Kai. So, like, I don't put it past the fact that she's probably really fucking good. I can see her going to AEW.
Are we going to talk about, like, the outrage of the IWC of, like, there's always outrage when there's releases.
Mm-hmm.
And people act like this is, like, a new thing, but it's a yearly thing. And it's a shitty thing. It sucks. It really does suck. But, like, are we going to talk about just, like, the outrage? I don't want to call it fake outrage. Because...
Well, here's the thing. I think this outrage is a little bit more... kind of a bit more justifiable. Now, granted, with releases, and I don't want to see anybody lose their job, but I feel like the people that legitimately you have done nothing with make more so sense to be releasing.
But
when you
crazy.
take Dakota Kai, who has literally been, like, a main focal point in Damage Control, and Damage Control still kind of exists in a thing or whatever, but she was, like, this huge fucking thing, and you take her, and you take, again, I feel like Gigi and Cora are big names on NXT, and you take these focal point people and just fucking release them out of nowhere, yeah, people are gonna be fucking pissed because these are, like, bigger names. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like that time that they released Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it's
or
like, what
Bray
the
Wyatt.
fuck?
That
Like,
was insane when they did that shit.
like, why the fuck would you do that? And with, like, fucking Meltzer, dumbass fucking Meltzer, being like, oh, well, it's like an age and salary thing. It's like, these are all women that are young. Most of them are women that are young. And I'm like, I don't understand. And, like, to me, it does just, like, I can see where people are saying WWE is kind of falling into that UFC appealing to right-wing people. And I can kind of see where that comparison is coming from in just releasing all these really talented women and fucking up their women's division. But at the same time, I haven't seen much, like, fake outrage. A lot of the people that I've been seeing talking about it are making valid points of being like, no, we want legitimate reasons as to why you thought these people were good to release, because, like, the reasons we are given is not reasons to actually pose an argument.
Yeah, like...
Like, what do you mean you're releasing a 26-year-old because they're too old?
Like, alright,
Huh?
Here's my issues with it. These are my issues when it comes to releases. Well, maybe this time around. It's gonna happen. It's never not gonna happen. It's an unfortunate thing. It's gonna happen. It's things that you just gotta fucking deal with. Do I think they fuck themselves releasing anyone this time around? No, this isn't like them releasing a Samoa Joe or a Bray Wyatt like they did that one time, where it was like, oh, what the fuck? I understand maybe Dakota Kai, but, like, I don't even know what the fuck she was doing, to be honest with you. But, like, that's besides the point. My problem is, we make all the fucking profits, or, like, we make all the profits and shit. We gotta release people because of budget cuts.
Yeah, they're making so much fucking money.
Like, I don't understand that. Or, like, I just, I don't know. Or the whole fucking, we don't bench people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, wait, well, then where's, like, what are you doing with this person?
Yeah.
This goes for both companies, by the way. But yeah, speaking of other companies and stuff, because why isn't there outrage about this? This just happened, like, earlier today. The Righteous have departed AEW / Ring of Honor.
Okay. So I actually didn't know this. This is me. This is my genuine first reaction. Because I actually had no idea that this fucking happened. This is a classic Tony fumbled. Because what the fuck? These guys were so fucking good. And I don't know what they were doing in Ring of Honor, if I'm going to be honest with you, because we don't have Honor Club. I loved seeing them on my AEW Dynamite TV. I wanted more of these fucking guys. I dug what they were saying. I fucking loved them. And I always wanted more of them, but again, I get it, like, they're over in Ring of Honor, and I'm not paying for Honor Club, so that is kind of my own fault, but, like, I don't really know what they were doing. But, like, this I feel like could definitely fall into a Tony fumbled case, because, like, a lot of people liked them. Like, when they were on the main, like, shows, a lot of fucking people dug what they were saying. I always saw people praising them. And why the fuck didn't we do anything with them?
Because...
Do you know how much merch they would have sold?
Because Tony doesn't.
Because Tony's stupid. Tony Khan's a fucking moron.
He'd rather book the Elite. I don't know.
Well, in fairness. But I don't know. Let's do a Righteous Elite thing. Why not?
Bro, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
I might end up seeing outrage about that later on tonight, actually. Because I've not really been on Twitter at all today. I've been, up early and at work all day, so.
Damn right. Anyway, let's move on to Monday Night Raw from last week. Few things happened here. Logan Paul is going to challenge Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title.
Yawn Fest next.
Why the fuck is this happening?
Yawn.
What are we doing?
Yawn. We're giving Logan Paul whatever the fuck he wants because he's a fucking homophobic piece of fucking trash, but he's white, so who cares?
Well, speaking of giving people what they want, Becky attacked Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that. Bailey's going to challenge Lyra, the Bird Lady, for the Intercontinental Championship.
Did you say Bailey or Becky?
Becky.
Yeah.
Becky attacked Bailey.
Yeah, I couldn't
Becky-
process if you said it right or not.
Becky gets the title shot against the Bird Lady
Yeah.
at Backlash.
Yep.
And she will probably win.
Yep.
Yay.
I like Becky Lynch, but like, what the fuck, man? Like,
It's fucking stupid.
fucking on Bailey. Unless Bailey fucks her over out of the belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. But, fucking on Bailey.
And then Pat McAfee spoke his mind.
He said the fuck word.
He did.
I think twice.
Yo, he was going wild.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking cut a fucking promo, bro.
I love how at the end of it, they played his music like he was leaving, but he just sat back down.
Yeah.
Because I think he was standing on the announce desk or like his chair or something, and he just kind of sat back down. Like, okay.
It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Though.
And what are we getting out of it, though?
We are getting Pat McAfee versus Gunther at Backlash. Match of the year candidate.
Gunther's gonna murder him.
No, I think Pat McAfee might win.
That's fucking stupid.
This is gonna be a 35-minute classic.
That's actually fucking stupid
Yeah.
if Pat McAfee beats Gunther.
This is gonna be a 35-minute classic. 7 stars.
You know, Samoa Joe just always looked like that.
Yes.
He really did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kaz, who's in the ring, always looked like that too, but now he just has short hair.
Mm.
They're gonna show Kaz in 2 seconds. We're watching Destination X 2012 or 11, one of the ones. There's Kaz right there.
Oh yeah.
I peed on my notes. And then the running story throughout this episode was Seth made a thing to Sammy of like, you can leave Monday Night Raw and go to SmackDown, and if you leave, you get to challenge John Cena or Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. And Sammy was like, fuck you. And then Braun and Seth killed Sammy.
Yeah.
So we're getting something there too. Sammy's stuck in this void.
Not my Sami Zayn. He can't escape Paul Heyman.
Yeah, literally.
It's not the bloodline that ties Sammy to everything. It's Paul Heyman.
It's Paul Heyman.
He's gonna be the next Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah,
Remember this clip.
you might. And now let's move on to Dynamite. 2 things from Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the 8-man All-Star Tag Team.
PWG is alive and well.
If you don't like PWG, you ain't gonna like this match.
Alive and well, because my God, we just did some bonkers, silly fucking shit.
I enjoyed it. It was a PWG style match. Excalibur was just one slur away.
Ricochet got hair. He got his hair back.
Yeah, he got it.
That's how you know it's real PWG.
Yeah, it's fucking PWG.
Did he have his hair in PWG? No, I don't think he did.
Yeah,
But-
he shaved it
Yeah.
around that time.
But nonetheless, he got his hair back. He was at least 15 million years younger.
Yeah.
So good for him. No, it was fun. The Elite won. And yeah. It was just a fun match. And it started Dynamite, so it started Dynamite with a bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then we had the finals, or not the finals, but semifinals for the
For the
Owen, and that is now being led to Will Ospreay versus Hangman Adam Page.
I'm calling it now 7-star classic.
The winner will be the number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
So calling it now, if Hangman beats Ospreay, Swerve fucks him during the match with Mox. If Ospreay beats Hangman, Swerve fucks him on the match with Ospreay.
If Tony Khan, call me crazy, this is coming from me, Dylan. Everyone knows the running joke of this whole podcast. That's coming from me. Again, just listen. This is how I would book it. If Tony Khan really wants to bring the feeling back, I'm not even trying to be funny. If Tony Khan legit really wants to bring the feeling back to AEW, right? He would have Hangman beat Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He would have Hangman beat Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
The belt goes on Hangman. And then you can do this whole fucking storyline. And people will hate it. I'll probably hate it. Because we're sick and tired of the Elite going back and forth. But fuck it. If you want to bring the feeling back, that's what you got to do. You put the belt on Hangman, and you do this whole fucking storyline where does Hangman join Kenny's Elite or the Young Bucks Elite? Do you know what I mean? Do you join NWO Hollywood, dude, or the Wolfpack, brother?
So what you're saying here is the feeling is the Elite.
Yeah, it always is though.
Exactly.
Isn't that the whole point? Is that the E in fucking AEW?
I'm just saying, you're over here saying like, oh, AEW was so good in 2021. Why aren't we getting the feeling back? Why aren't we getting the feeling back?
The Elite were a part of that.
It's because you decided out of nowhere you hate the Elite.
The Elite were a part of 2021 fucking AEW.
Like, you're a biased bitch, and you're like, oh, the Elite were...
I'm not even being biased. I literally just
like
fucking said I would put the goddamn belt on Hangman Adam Page and fucking have my main fucking storyline on Dynamite and Collision, I guess, be fucking Elite fucking drama.
No, because you decided when the Elite...
And then you know who I would have him lose the title to? Just to piss everyone off. Fuck it. Jack Perry.
Oh, I love that.
Cause fuck it, why not?
I love that.
Fuck it. No, I would have Ospreay fucking chase it.
But you decided randomly after CM Punk and the Elite got into their little thing that you just didn't like them anymore.
As everyone else did too.
No. No.
I'm blowing hair dye in your face.
No, because a lot of people still love the Elite. And it shows in the audience perception of them.
I still fucked with the Elite after the whole CM Punk thing. It was after the CM Punk thing that things got samey and stuff, but like I enjoyed the match with FTR. There has been, well, they haven't wrestled a lot, but they're, you know,
the Bucks were gone for
that's
a minute.
it. This is when we pull out cage match. Hold on.
The Bucks were gone for a hot minute because Nick had a shoulder injury.
Let's pull out cage match. Hold on.
But while Dylan's doing that, I'm happy with whoever wins. I don't think either of them are beating Mox, though.
Probably not.
Neither of them are beating Mox.
Probably not.
But I think Hangman, I've been saying for so long, I want him to have another title reign. But also, if we still want to have that good, fun feeling of a world champion, but keep it a little different, Ospreay is literally the best choice in that aspect. Either way, Hangman or Ospreay would be a phenomenal world champion, and neither of them are probably going to be it. Because why the fuck would they, right? Are you gonna keep talking, or?
I'm looking at the cage match right now.
Oh my god.
Bro, they did a lot of trios matches.
Well, yeah, that's like the whole point. There was the Hung Bucks, the Elite, which was just Kenny and the Bucks.
Yeah, wait, I enjoyed the Young Bucks versus Sting and Darby.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the Young Bucks FTR ladder match.
Mm-hmm. Because they have fun, good matches. Because they're good fucking wrestlers.
That's probably like actually the last match I really enjoyed of theirs. Because ever since coming back, I mean, I enjoyed the 8-man tag. That counts as the 8-man tag. This match went 26 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
As it should.
That's fucking insane.
As it should.
And then, yeah, that was Dynamite.
Where the fuck is Jack Perry?
Does
he come back at Double or Nothing?
Probably.
Probably. I miss my boy forging knives in the woods.
So, that's the end of the wrestling for this week. We're going to go back in time now.
I don't want to. I don't even want to talk about this.
So, we decided to go back to Vince Russo era WCW. We watched WCW Monday Nitro from June 5th, 2000. This is the go-home episode to the Great American Bash 2000. We are 1 month away from Bash at the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
The infamous Hulk Hogan, you bald-headed son of a bitch, you're fired promo.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're at pretty much in WCW.
I think you should write to Jim Cornette and tell him that you were being born when that was happening, just to see what he says.
I fucking should.
Just to see what he says.
I should. Have him fucking lose his mind for 20 minutes about Russo on the podcast. But yeah, so we decided to watch this episode because this is one of, like, the craziest fucking episodes to ever happen on Nitro. We're gonna review maybe about, like, 85% of the episode because there is a lot. I did leave things out that didn't really matter. But let's just start off with this. So the show starts off with Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff run their mouths about Goldberg and WCW. Russo is facing Ric Flair in a cage match tonight on this episode of Nitro, and Bischoff will face Terry Funk for the Hardcore Championship. Goldberg then comes out, chases them off, and Russo calls him an idiot. Thoughts on this so far? This is the opening of the show.
I'm already bored. I'm already mad. This is some dumbass fucking bullshit. Why am I watching this? Turn this off.
What do you think of Eric Bischoff's look here? He had the gray hair. Gray long hair.
It looks like a wig. So, like, Eric Bischoff's hair in 2000 was so perfectly silver. Like, there was no other depth to it. It was just straight silver. It looked like a fucking synthetic wig. It did not look real. There's no way that's his real hair. He had, like, the best lace front that you could get in the 2000s, I swear. There's no way. There's no way.
What do you think of Vince Russo?
I hate him. I hope that Vince Russo stubs his pinky toe every time he turns a corner for the rest of his life.
They're leading the group called the New Blood. So, like, at this point in WCW, it's the New Blood versus the Millionaires Club.
Dumbass names.
The New Blood is actually kind of a cool name. No. I'm not gonna lie.
What does it even mean? What does it even mean?
They're the New Blood is the new, like, generation wrestlers, like the younger wrestlers, and, like, Shane Douglas.
Okay, but I don't care.
The Millionaires Club is, like, the established main eventers like Hogan, Sting, DDP.
See, that's stupid. Because, realistically speaking, if you think about it, the new talent should be the baby faces. They should be the ones that you want to root for, not the fucking washed up fucking Hogans.
Because that's the thing. The New Blood are technically supposed to be the fucking faces, right? They're getting booed because they have Hogan. People were sick of Hogan at the time, but they have, like, Sting. They have Nash. I mean, people were kind of sick of Nash, but you get my point. They have Goldberg. Mm-hmm. Like, that, like, people weren't booing Goldberg at this time. Like, Goldberg, you can't have Goldberg as a heel, technically. It doesn't work. It's kind of the same thing with Sting. It don't work. But anyway, next segment is Kidman demands a match. Bischoff pretty much goes, yeah, whatever. Like, Kidman walks in and goes, I want a match tonight. And Bischoff literally goes, yeah, whatever, Kidman. And then, this is the funny, like, how is this, I don't know how they get away with this. It's the year 2000. But, fucking, Kidman gets mad at Tori Wilson for walking off. Like, she walks off in this segment because she's there. And then calls Major Guns a bitch for backing up Tori because Kidman... So the segment happens of Kidman goes up to Tori and goes, what was that? Making me look like a chump in front of the boss walking away from me? Major Guns comes up and is like... she's going through stuff and everything. And Kidman goes, shut up, bitch. What the fuck is this, bro? This is a television program, bro.
It's trash. It's fucking trash. It's awful. I hated it.
What do you think of Billy Kidman? He's from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Well, that's a shame. That's a damn fucking shame. I thought Allentown was nice.
You know, when Billy Kidman debuted in WCW, he was part of Raven's flock, right? And his gimmick was like a heroin addict. He had the 7-year itch. Yeah.
This pisses me off. It is this whole talking about this pisses me off. Watching this pissed me off. I was mad after it was over. I had a migraine. It's just bad. It's just bad. Like, I can't say it enough. This was actually like just trash.
Oh, it gets even better. This next segment, like I think like a match or two happens, and then this next segment, Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash then walk into the building. Nash is this interview lady comes up to them, starts like interviewing them, and Nash, you clearly see it fucking clear as day, checking her out. full on checking this girl out. Nash then goes, is Goldberg here? She goes, yes. Nash goes, my gimmick is alive. I'm the last one here. And then the segment ends. What is happening?
Bros be yapping.
What do you think of Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner? That's like us. That's literally us. Imagine Kevin Nash and Scott Steiner, a podcast together. You need to listen to Kevin Nash's podcast.
Kevin Nash was kind of pretty, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think Kevin Nash was kind of pretty.
Kind of pretty?
Yeah.
Not now.
No.
Not now.
Absolutely not.
What about Scott Steiner? Was he pretty?
No.
No?
No, I don't want to know. I'm not hollering.
You don't want
hollering to...
You're not one of his freaks?
No. I don't want to be one of his freaks. I want to be...
8 days of the week?
No.
You don't want to see the big boo daddy?
English.
English. I got freaks.
I mean, I like Scott Steiner as like a joke. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that there's ever been a time in my life I looked at Scott Steiner seriously. But you know, this whole episode, this whole thing was just a fucking fever dream. I could not pay attention or keep track to any of it, and it was just driving me insane. It was pissing me off. Legitimately making me angry.
Well, here, I'm gonna make you more angry, because I'm gonna read this.
Great, I love being mad.
I'm gonna read this whole thing and see if you understand it, and then we'll have to break this down. So, up next is Eric Bischoff versus Terry Funk. They fight up the ramp.
Oh my god, yeah, I know what we're talking about.
Then they go backstage. And this is all one segment, mind you. So they go backstage. Then we go to Miss Hancock, who's Stacy Keibler. Mm-hmm. Pre-Stacy Keibler. She comes out to do a striptease that is interrupted by Kimberly and Mike Awesome. Then Kimberly and Miss Hancock exchange words. Miss Hancock calls Kimberly a fat ass. And then the segment ends. They walk backstage pretty much. And then the hardcore match continues. Like Terry Funk and Eric Bischoff come back out. This is still one segment. And then it gets even better, because don't forget, it's Russo booking. We got run-ins. Mm-hmm. We got run-ins, bro. Big Vito and Johnny the Bull are here. They beat up Terry Funk.
An insult to Italians.
And then Eric Bischoff wins the hardcore title.
An insult to hardcore wrestling and Terry Funk.
You following all of this?
If I was Terry Funk, I would have stabbed Bischoff. Straight up. I would have straight up just stabbed him.
Funk was just there for the money at that point. Eric Bischoff, hardcore champion.
When we went back, not even backstage, when we went to the back, like when we took this match to the back, and the camera didn't follow, and then there was just a random ass fucking segment in the middle of this match, and then we picked the match back up, I wanted to turn this shit off. I just wanted to turn it the fuck off. And I get it, this was the year of 2000 and things were fucking different, but my fucking god, the women's segments are just fucking atrocious. They're terrible, they're disgusting, they piss me off, and it's another reason I wish Vince Russo fucking died. I hope the next person to land their car on Jim Cornette's fence is fucking Vince Russo, so he could get fucking murdered on the property of Jim Cornette, and he could use the self-defense fucking way to get out of it.
Bryce, if you're listening, I didn't take your idea, what you told me. I totally forgot until now. I meant to fucking write down timestamps of shit, because that's a perfect timestamp to make for a short right there.
I'm serious. You think I'm fucking joking?
So mad at
you think
Vince
I'm
Russo.
fucking joking about this goddamn fucking shit? When I sit here and I say I legitimately fucking hate Vince Russo, and I don't even know the fucking guy, I fucking hate Vince Russo. I fucking hate him because this is illogical and it makes no fucking sense. And that's coming from me. I like the indie fucking stupid ass fucking bullshit. There's a difference between stupid indie bullshit and comedy shit and fucking wrestling and making the fucking professional wrestling business look like a goddamn fucking joke. And if I was Jim Cornette, I'd take the jail time. I would. Hands fucking down. I would love to be the person to say I fucking ended not only Vince Russo's career, but also his fucking life. Cuff me up, boys. Take me to the fucking back, because they ain't gonna be fucking with me when I took out a fucking angry Italian dude from fucking New York. So, Russo could be in the fucking mafia and I don't give a fucking shit. I'll fucking kill that fucking mob boss looking ass motherfucker.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Lyssie is joking for legal reasons. Anyway, the episode continues. Nitro rolls on. We have Scott Steiner in the ring talking about his freaks. Oh, and then we get a match. Scott Steiner versus Vampiro. That doesn't even like really happen because Sting is here. Because him and Vampiro are going to have a Human Torch match in 6 days at the Great American Bash. Yay.
I literally can't even say anything about that because like we could cut back to like episodes ago where I was like, Jack Perry set himself on fire. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Sting and Vampiro, Human Torch match.
I can talk about the match itself and how abysmal it was, which we will later, but the actual concept of it, I really can't say anything bad about someone getting set on fire because like I literally ranted and raved about when Jack Perry did it.
Now at this point, I go, oh fuck, there's like 10 matches on this show. Goldberg and Tank Abbott's up next. I'm not fucking watching Goldberg and Tank Abbott, so I skipped that shit. Because
fuck Goldberg.
You don't need to watch Goldberg versus Tank Abbott.
I don't believe in Goldberg.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Anyway, next. Sting versus Jeff Jarrett.
RVD versus Jerry Lynn.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. What was it? I'm sorry.
Sting versus Jeff Jarrett.
That's JEFF.
Flat nuts. This is a time where, by the way, there's no rules in any match. Like, anyone can walk in. There's no rules. Sting beats Jarrett, who's the world champion, by the way. Jeff Jarrett, world champion. Okay, follow me here. Sting beats Jarrett, who's the world champion. They hand it to Sting. They hand the belt to Sting. Like, pretty much being like, Sting is the new world champion. Bischoff then comes out and says it was a non-title match. Then Sting says, and I quote, "That's okay, because he'll just show up in Baltimore in a body bag," referring to Jarrett. Mind you, Sting and Jarrett aren't even facing each other at the pay-per-view in 6 days. Like I said, Sting is facing Vampiro, and Jeff Jarrett's facing Kevin Nash. This is the go-home episode to the pay-per-view. What are we doing?
So, okay, hold on. There's something that I wanted to say about this fucking match, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. Let me see your notes. Let me see if it jogs my fucking memory. Oh, okay. So here's the thing, right? The no rules thing, right? or the lax rules, or whatever they want to call it, right? They just implement this at some random point in time because Vince Russo's a fucking moron. And now I could sit here and I can talk about this and complain, which I will. And you can look at me and go, Lyssie, what about AEW, who like kind of has lax rules and shit, and like can get away with things at certain degrees and whatnot, and don't really believe in like DQs? And what about ECW? Right? Here's the difference, right? WCW was already well established prior to all of this, and AEW has kind of had the lax rules thing going on since their incarnation 5-6 years ago, right? So like they never necessarily didn't have that.
No, the thing is here, you're missing the whole point of this. When there's a run-in in AEW, they'll ring the bell at the end of the match. There was like 9 run-ins and like all these fucking matches, and it was like, yeah, go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is like AEW has the lax rules, but they've always had that. WCW didn't always have that and then just randomly implemented it and then went like 110% on it. And it's too much. It's too much happening. It's too much bullshit. And at that point, it's not even fucking wrestling anymore. Like, and I get it that it's Crash TV, bro. It's Crash TV, bro. All right, it's like Jerry Springer, bro. You hear that? That's what everyone wants is the reality TV, bro. No, because people watching wrestling want fucking wrestling. They don't want some fucking over-the-top fucking Jerry Springer throwing chairs at fucking people and the audience going, whoa, and doing it every single fucking episode and every single goddamn match and every single goddamn fucking segment. It's too much. It's fucking annoying. That's how you lose the luster of certain things. I still give... Like, yeah, things can happen in AEW, things can happen in GCW, and you kind of give it a pass because it's like, well, that's how things are in AEW, and that's how things are in GCW. And when things happen in WWE, it's a little bit more of a whoa. But, like, in my opinion, it's not overused to the point where it loses its luster. With this, if I see the same thing happening literally 17 times in the same fucking episode, I feel like I never need to watch another episode of this again because I just know exactly how it's gonna fucking go, and it's fucking dog shit.
Mind you, this was not... We still got plenty more matches. It's not the main event, and it's only a 2-hour show.
I felt like I was watching this at this point for at least 5 hours.
We move on. Eric Bischoff comes out with Horace Hogan. They talk shit on Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan then comes out and says, Hulk Hogan isn't wrestling tonight, but I didn't say anything about Hollywood Hogan, dude. Sorry.
I can't wait till he dies.
Then we get Hogan versus Hogan. Yes. In a cage match right now. The cage is coming down for the Russo Flair match.
My favorite thing about it is the cage for like a good like minute or two at the start of the match isn't even all the way down. They start the match and the cage is literally just suspended halfway over the ring. And it wasn't even moving. It was just sitting there.
This match goes like 3 minutes. Hollywood Hogan wins. Kidman comes out and gets his ass kicked because him and Kidman were... This is like at the time, it was the infamous Billy Kidman-Hogan feud. Yeah. Then we hard cut to a Ric Flair coked up promo. He's coked up. Because the next match, not the main event, is Vince Russo versus Ric Flair in a cage match. And boy... I don't know how long this match was, but it felt like it went on 35 minutes.
Too long.
It was so fucking long.
The saving grace of this match was, David Flair? Is that his name?
David Flair.
David Flair was the saving grace of this match.
And he's not even that good, bro.
No. No, but he was putting in the work. He was putting his whole fucking pussy into it.
And then we get a fucking big-ass bloodbath.
It's so stupid.
Sorry, red liquid.
It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen.
It gets funnier from here. Because then we cut to the announcers. They have a regular fucking table. Because their announce table broke like 3 times.
They gave up. They just gave them a regular
yeah,
wooden
they have
table.
a regular wooden table. And then it's even funnier. There's blood on the camera lens.
Yeah, they didn't even wipe it off. They didn't even fucking clean it.
So fucking funny.
It's literally just right there. Right in plain view. Blood on the camera. Tony Schiavone trying not to fucking kill himself on live television.
Oh, bro.
Why do they do my boy dirty like this? I love Tony Schiavone with my entire fucking heart. My man has been like, he's lived 30,000 lives already.
Oh, man. What the fuck? And then it gets better, because it's the main event and probably the best match of the night. And that is Kevin Nash runs the New Blood Gauntlet.
This wasn't a fucking gauntlet. This wasn't a fucking gauntlet match. You know what this was? This is
amazing.
This was an absolute fucking drizzling shit show. Like, Hershey squirts fucking
Please explain
bullshit.
to me how this match went, Lissy.
Okay, so we're starting this off kind of maybe like a gauntlet. You could use that term loosely because apparently the rules are so goddamn fucking loose. They're looser than the fucking ropes after the Ultimate Warrior decides to fuck them. But basically,
looser than the KWA ropes.
Basically, Kevin Nash is there and the fucking shit-stained Vince Russo walks out with his fucking boys, and he's like, "You're running this gauntlet," and it's like they're all there. They all come out together.
Chris Candido and all of them.
And I don't even remember the fucking chronological order of this shit, but basically, they all come out, and then we're starting one person at a time. They're all just there on the fucking stage, but we're starting one person at a time, and okay, all right, cool, yeah, okay. And then, like, just literally, like, not even 3 minutes in, because the whole thing probably went 3 minutes, like, 30 seconds in, we just decide everyone's running in. Everyone's in the ring for this gauntlet match.
Bro, it's one man versus a gorilla. It's 100 men versus a gorilla.
Like, it's literally, like, this is just a handicap match at this point. But I think the best thing that happened in this match, honestly, probably the thing that was, like, really to me said, yeah, this is peak professional wrestling. This is the true professional wrestling. And honestly, I've never seen this done before. Dylan, in all of my years of being a wrestling fan and being involved in, you know what? No. Let me talk. I've been involved in some backyard wrestling shows. I've been involved in some great shows, some terrible shows, some okay shows. And even in the backyard, I've never seen something like this done before. It was mind-boggling. It was really innovative and new to the business. Is that Kevin Nash just knocked people down onto the mat. He didn't even cover them, and 1, 2, 3, they're out. There was no fucking cover. Not a foot over them, not a finger on them, not even a fucking hair strand over them. He was standing literally a foot away from them.
Doing a move to someone else.
And then 1, 2, 3, you're out. Ding, ding, ding.
Bro, like when this...
Kevin Nash is so good, his shadow pinned them. That's how tall he is.
When this episode started and they were like doing the rundown of the matches, I was like, oh my God. Because I randomly just put this episode on. And then I was like, oh my God, Lissy, you gotta watch this episode with me. Particularly for the main event, because we're gonna talk about this on the fucking podcast. Because I knew what the main event was. I was like, Lissy's gonna lose her fucking mind. As you see the fucking person getting pinned, but not even getting pinned. That's why I was like, watch this. Just please watch this fucking clusterfuck. Because that's what this is an absolute clusterfuck. And then, we're not done yet. Because Goldberg comes out. And then that's pretty much it. That's the show.
Yeah, that's exactly what I fucking thought of it. Who was that?
I think Ghost. Or Dee. No, that might have been Dee Dee, actually.
No, Ghost or Dee Dee was asleep.
Oh, that woke him up.
I think it was Ghost. Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you think of that episode of WCW Nitro?
I think it's 2 hours of my life I'm never getting back. I think Vince Russo should be ashamed of himself.
If anyone wants us...
And he should be grounded.
If anyone wants us to review any other Vince Russo book shows... Please let us know.
No, don't let me know. Actually...
Because we will gladly watch...
If you recommend anything Vince Russo to me, I will actually... As a joke.
Lissy.
JK, I'm so tired and I do not want to be talking about Vince.
We gotta censor that one. We gotta censor that one. So I'm gonna write that.
I'm the one who edits this shit. I'm not censoring.
Yes, we got it. Lissy, we gotta censor that one.
Oh.
Like, I'm just gonna write like 48 minutes and you can find it.
I literally said earlier in this episode that I if I was Jim Cornette, I would fucking take the jail time. But I have to censor that.
Yes, because you can't say that on a YouTube video, bro.
Don't you bro me.
Listen here, bro. Anyway, we're not done with Vince Russo book stuff. I decided we have to go 6 days into the future from this point forward. Not watch the whole Great American Bash pay-per-view, but watch one match in particular from the Great American Bash pay-per-view. And that is our boys, Sting and Vampiro. in a Human Torch match, and the only way to win this match is by lighting your opponent on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Lyssie,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to enlighten the people that listen to what you witnessed?
Well, again, like I said earlier, I can't exactly say much about the concept of somebody being set on fire and talk shit about it because I thought it was the fucking best thing since sliced bread when Jack Perry did it. Although in fairness, he did get set on fire from a flamethrower, which was pretty fucking cool. So my actual thought about the gimmick to the match wasn't terrible. Like, I is it stupid to have that be the concept of a match? Yeah, kind of. I think that's a little extreme. I think that's a little silly. I think that's a little dangerous. To just have a match revolve around this. But you know what? Sure, fine, why not? We've heard of a bunch of random stupid fucking bullshit that they were always doing in fucking WCW and crazy gimmick matches. So it's not necessarily the most surprising thing to hear that this was an idea. You know what I mean? However, this whole match was fucking terrible. Nothing interesting happened at all. I don't even know how long this match went. It felt like it went 30 fucking years.
I'll look it up.
But it was just a boring ass fucking match. All they were doing was just slugging each other.
Well, yeah, because 90% of the match was they lured each other up to the Titantron.
Yeah, because Sting was on top of the Titantron and said to Vampiro, hey, I hope you're not afraid of heights, because if you want to set me on fire, you have to do it up here. So it was just kind of them, like, slugging each other, making their way to the Titantron, which is, like...
This match went 7 minutes, 23 seconds in the co-main event of the pay-per-view.
Oh, my God. But the Titantron is not that far away from the actual ring. So it's not like they had a huge long distance to go. One of my favorite things is when they were climbing up, like, the metal, like, railing to get up to the top of the Titantron, and Sting fell, like, 2 feet, and Tony Schiavone, or it might not have been Tony Schiavone, but one of the announcers just went, oh my God, the match is over. The match is over because Sting just fell so far. And I don't even know how he's going to get up from that. And mind you, you could see the mats. You could see the mats that he falls onto.
Yeah.
And they're just like, he's dead.
He's dead. They
he's
killed
dead.
him.
He's dead. That's how he died.
That's how he died.
And they were like, wow, this is getting too much. This match is crazy. And they're literally just like punching each other. The whole match. The whole 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And they get up there. And they don't even fucking like zoom in. So like, it's dark. It's not good the best camera quality because 2000.
Vampiro and Sting had such a weird feud around this time because I mean it's Russo booked, but like they had like you'd think they would have like a really cool feud, but it was such a shit feud because of just Russo. It was Russo-fied.
Yeah. And then you know you can't see what's going on top of the Titantron, but they're still just punching each other. And then eventually, a stunt double shows up as Sting and gets set on fire and thrown off the top of the Titantron. And then they like really went excessive with the fucking fire extinguishers.
They really did.
Why the fuck? Like he's clearly out. He is no longer on fire, and they are still spraying him. Like the flames are gone. Like the flames are gone probably by the time he hits the mat.
Vampiro.
And they're still just going. Like they spray him for at least a solid 2 minutes. Like, he's good, guys. I don't think it's healthy for him to be sprayed that much with a fucking fire extinguisher.
Fucking WCW, bro. What's your thoughts on Vampiro?
I really don't know enough about Vampiro to give a thought. I think he looks cool.
Do you like his ICP stuff?
I don't think ICP when I look at Vampiro.
I can't wait until I decide to like make ICP the wrestler of the week.
I honestly think of the Misfits when I look at Vampiro. I do not think of...
You don't think of ICP? You think
no,
of
I could... If you showed me a picture of Vampiro and said, do you think he's in the Misfits or ICP as a band? I would say the Misfits.
That's fair.
I would not look at him and go, yeah, he's an ICP.
That's fair. That's fair. And funny thing is, he got the fucking walk out with both of them.
Yeah, no. So I mean,
Which is
like,
crazy.
if you didn't tell me he was a wrestler and like just assumed and made me assume he was a band member,
Am I allowed to make the Misfits a wrestler of the week 1 week?
probably could.
I mean, they had matches technically.
Yeah.
Jerry only has wrestled. Speaking of wrestler of the week, yay. Lissy, ask me about the wrestler of the week.
Okay, Dylan. I know this is gonna be a different format
Yeah.
than how I normally do this. But Dylan,
Yeah.
you have all the wrestlers in the world to pick from. Any single last one of them.
Yeah.
You really, really can choose anyone your heart desires.
Yep.
Some of your favorites. Some of the people that you've looked up to and idolized growing up as a child.
Yeah.
So who'd you pick?
I picked the Kiss Demon, Dale Torberg.
So talk about him.
So, if we're talking about bad WCW shit on this episode, I decided, fuck it. Let's talk about a bad fucking gimmick. And let's talk about the goddamn Kiss Demon. Because what do you fucking mean? What do you fucking mean? That they made a motherfucker dress up like he's the fucking Kiss guy. Like he's part of Kiss, and that's his gimmick.
I hate Gene Simmons. And like I've hated Gene Simmons for a while. I like Kiss, but I've hated Gene Simmons because he doesn't shut the fuck up. And when we were watching this video, he was like, yeah, no, wrestling basically just stole everything from Kiss. The entrances, that's a Kiss entrance. The music, that's Kiss music. The outfits, that's a Kiss outfit. It's basically all just Kiss if you really think about it. And I'm like, Gene, I wish you would stop talking for 5 seconds. Because what the fuck are you on about? But yeah.
Yeah. So, the whole like concept of the Kiss Demon, you can go watch a video. It's called like WCW Blunder, the Kiss Demon. And they talk about it. But like the whole concept of the Kiss Demon was WCW trying to stay relevant and Kiss also trying to stay relevant and Kiss just taking any fucking paycheck that they will because that's money and being like, hey, we'll make a fucking wrestling character off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they exactly did. They made a whole gimmick. I had Lissy watch like the debut, like when Kiss performs God of Thunder, lip synced, and then the Demon debuts. I didn't really have you watch like a match. You don't really need.
No.
You're missing nothing.
Yeah.
You're missing nothing. He ain't special. But my favorite like story of the Kiss Demon is like in the contract, because it was with Kiss, he was helping Kiss make money and like the merch, I guess, and all of that.
The merch that they never sold and gave away for free.
Yeah, that they sold, never gave away for free. My favorite fucking thing though is they had like in the contract that like he needed to have like a main event match on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So they built a match that he had. I think it was against The Wall. It was like some fucking mid-carder. Who gives a fuck about, right? 4th on the pay-per-view, but billed as a special main event. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Kiss Demon. The fucking Kiss Demon, bro.
Are you finding stuff to read about him? Like on Wikipedia?
Yeah. Like, after the Kiss Demon, like after like the Kiss thing ran out, he was just known as like the Demon, and he was in a stable with Vampiro and ICP called the Dark Carnival.
So like, does he still do the Kiss makeup though?
Yeah.
How has he not gotten sued for that? Because Gene Simmons will jump on and sue anyone for shit like that.
I think he might do something a little bit different now. You know, let's just.
Because I think Gene Simmons tried to sue JoJo Siwa. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like because of that like karma makeup she did, he like was gonna try and sue her over it.
Yeah, maybe there is some sort of like connection still. I don't know.
But yeah, no, this was fucking. And wasn't the whole thing like ass backwards because like they paid Kiss
Yeah.
when Kiss should have paid them
Yeah.
or something, and like it just
they were paying Kiss a fucking
shit ton of money.
Yeah, shit ton of money.
Oh my god! Why is WCW so fucking stupid?
Bro, it's such a wild gimmick though. Like, it's literally just Gene Simmons but as a wrestler.
Yeah, the drizzling shits.
My favorite thing is he showed up in TNA like a few years ago, like in like a battle royal. It was kind of funny. Why did I pick the Kiss Demon? Because fuck it, we picked the Kiss Demon. God damn it. What would be my favorite Kiss Demon match? The one that he had with Vampiro. I don't know. He had a 53-second match against Sting at New Blood Rising. So.
Yeah, that's an iconic one right there.
Bro, my favorite, like, they should have like had him debut on Thunder instead of Nitro, because he could have been the God of Thunder if you're running with Kiss.
They're stupid.
Bro, imagine like Paul Stanley wrestling.
Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff don't actually think about anything. They just do things and then yell at each other about it.
I love that Eric Bischoff's a fan of Kiss. Fucking Vince Russo probably was not a fan of Kiss.
He probably didn't even know who the fuck they were.
Eric Bischoff's probably like, hell yeah.
Oh my god, man. It's fucking torture. It was fucking torture.
The Kiss Demon.
Stupid.
The Kiss Demon.
Stupid as fuck.
Gotta love the Kiss Demon.
I guess. But anyway, is that the end of this?
Dale Torberg. The Kiss Demon.
The Kiss Demon.
The Kiss Demon.
Is that the end of this episode?
Jack Evans is on my screen in TNA.
Oh
what the
God.
fuck is happening?
Am I taking us out of here?
Take us out of here, Lizzie.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Talkin Wrasslin Pod. That is TALKIN_WRASSLIN_POD. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, feel free to find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lungtar, LUNG_TAR. Find me at Blue Sky at Lungtar, LUNG_TAR. And you can find me on TikTok at Lungbucks, LUNG_BUCKS. Dylan, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Instagram at DYL_line, WEAVES_line, or on Twitter where it's just one big fucking word.
Yeah.
No spaces. That's what
None
I
of
mean.
them.
None
Fuck
of
them spaces. Get them out of here.
The Kiss Demon, top 5 wrestler.
Anyway, thanks guys for watching and listening. I guess we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.